Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have a founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have a founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have a founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have the founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have the founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience. I know we are a little bit late on getting started, so welcome everybody to the live Zoom. We do apologize for the wait, as our guest today has electrical issues and a power outage, so that is preventing him from being able to join us, but that's not going to keep us from flying the plane. Hello, everybody. My name is Becca Dukes, and welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. As this is Friday, normally we would have Q&A with Pharmacist Ben. Well, today we're going to do a little bit different, and we're going to be talking and share, kind of like doing some what is that? Whatever your kindergarten show and tell of some of the things that we are working on to help you as an individual and even as a distributor have more tools to share the message. So folks, welcome. If somebody specific invited you to this program, make sure that you get back with them. They are your primary point of contact. That means if you have questions, you call them. If you hear anything that you like on today's program or on any of our programming, you call them. They cared enough about you, so care enough to say thank you and take your questions to them, as we are a resource for an amazing community of individuals, health professionals, coaches, health coaches, holistic health coaches, people that just care about people and want to see them thrive instead of barely survive. So this program is being sponsored by dailywithdoc.com, where you will see previous episodes of our programming, also some articles to help you get more information to put into your toolbox in helping you to make decisions on what you should and shouldn't be putting in your mouth. We also have the good foods, bad foods list there to help you in making better food choices. So focus on that good side, folks, but that bad side is very important to start removing from your food intake if you want a better health journey. Now, if you're watching us out on the different YouTube, like YouTube or Rumble or Facebook, or listening on Spotify or iTunes or LinkedIn, anywhere, let us know that you're there. We want to know that we are reaching individuals where they're at. We want to know where you're at. So do a comment, make sure that you follow us, subscribe, and hit that like button, folks, as we are here for you. Now, if you're here live with us, I apologize. We aren't going to get to many questions, but I would like to have AJ help me in today's programming as we share some of the things that he has been working on to help all of us. So, AJ, take the panic look off your face, my friend, because you're coming on screen. Hello, welcome. Folks, if you don't know Coach AJ is our digital marketing manager. He has been responsible for getting us on all the different platforms, pushing me to do it, okay, as he's keeping a pulse on where people are at, and also helping stop helping us stay up to date on the latest and greatest when it comes to technology. Now, yeah, Phyllis is saying you're making her laugh too. Come on. So, AJ, why is it important to create tools?
Well,
landing pages, websites.
We want to make it easier for people at their own pace to grasp the concepts that we talk about. The show itself, a lot of times you can rewind something and maybe not fully grasp what one of our guests may have said. Finding out detailed information about particular products or health conditions might be difficult for someone to do, but in this day and age, we have the internet, we have a lot of resources that we can bring to bear and help ourselves as distributors and help our clients to understand what it is that we're trying to get across to them, the ideas, and they can consume these things at their own pace. So that's why we make tools. That's why we are going to debut a tool today that's not completely ready, but since we don't have Pharmacist Ben yet, this particular tool would not exist if not for Pharmacist Ben. So I think this is appropriate to kind of let the world know about it. What do you think?
I think that it is brilliant to let the world know about things that can benefit them. Especially this discussion, Pharmacist Ben has been sharing with us, and it's based on a lot of Dr. Wallach's teachings in what really is the underlying cause of dis-ease. And that is looking at the triangle of disease. So we're going to be going through, I'm going to share that. And then folks, if you're here live with us and you would like to share a testimonial raise your hand, actually put it in the chat and share your little testimonial with us. And then as time allows, I will be calling on individuals to share that testimonial. So we can't say the word cure. This program is not meant to take the place of your primary care physician, nor is it meant to treat, diagnose, or cure any disease. Folks, the products that we represent include the raw ingredients that the body needs to be able to thrive. But we cannot associate a specific medical term or disease term with the product name itself. But the body can do some amazing things when given the right stuff. And we believe from the bottom of our hearts, and me, from every cell in my body, that we have what the body needs in the products and programming that we provide to you through dailywithdoc.com. So, are you ready? I'm going to go ahead and do a screen share. If I can find it. There we go. And I make that full screen. How's that, AJ?
Now it's fantastic. All right. So this is one of the tools that we're working on. And this is the triangle of disease. If you scroll up just a little bit so you can see the whole triangle. And it talks about the 3 points of the triangle: the digestive system, the blood sugar system, and an adrenal thyroid complex. And if you scroll down on this particular page, it just gives you kind of a terse overview of what the triangle is. Point 1 being the digestive system, the place where the outside world meets the inside world, where issues here lead to toxicity and malnourishment entering the bloodstream. And then point 2 is the blood sugar system, where disturbances in blood sugar, or as Ben will often say, dysglycemia, are consistently involved in chronic disease and metabolic syndrome. And then point 3 is the adrenal thyroid complex. This is the regulatory hub that influences everything from energy production to hormonal balance and stress response, which is why, well, I won't go into that. But so if you scroll down, how the triangle explains common health challenges, autoimmune conditions, skin problems, neurological issues, and they give examples: Hashimoto's, rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, multiple sclerosis, of autoimmune conditions, skin problems, psoriasis, eczema, acne, cysts, dark spots, and neurological issues, dementia, Parkinson's, tremors, which I did see someone had a question about tremors in the YouTube chat, anxiety, and depression. So you can trace all of these conditions and many, many more. First and foremost, the foundation is what Dr. Wallach talked about: nutritional deficiencies. And Ben also mentions toxicity when the outside world meets the in. So if you keep scrolling down, these are not real success stories, so that we're going to skip that. And then
a placeholder. So folks, we will have success stories there. That right now is for a placeholder.
It's a placeholder. Yes. This is just, we weren't planning on releasing this yet to the world, but since everyone watching is part of our family, we thought we would share just a bit early. And if we keep scrolling down, it's got resources, etc. So now if you go back to the top of the page, the very top, and it talks about the different parts of the triangle. If you hit digestive system, this now gives us more of a deep dive into the digestive system. Please pardon my little pictures here. And as I said, the site is under construction. This is not a finished product yet, but we talk about the cornerstone of health, the digestive system, being the first point of the triangle, where the outside world, what we eat, meets our internal environment. I'm not going to read everything here, but where it says key insight, this is one of Ben's quotes: all disease is cell disease, and all cell disease is preceded by dirty blood. The digestive system is where the blood becomes contaminated. And that is the concept that we want to understand. And understanding digestive dysfunction, leaky gut, anytime someone talks about an autoimmune condition, leaky gut is involved. Then we have dysbiosis, an imbalance of the gut microbiome, which is why Dr. Conaway is always focusing on gut restoration protocols using the ultimate microbiome, etc. And then SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, which is why Pharmacist Ben always talks about using the I-26, the ultimate microbiome, etc., etc. Scroll down, we see the gut-blood barrier, and we begin to understand these concepts, and it better helps us to help our clients and for people to identify these things on their own. If we continue to scroll down, it will talk about how digestive health affects the entire body. And then, there's a little bit of a repetition here because we want to go a little deeper. Histamine, MCAS, mast cell activation syndrome, and all of these things are related to our digestive system. And again, the dirty blood is typically the digestive system is how one gets dirty blood and leads to a whole host of bodily problems. And, and the one exception is typically when Pharmacist Ben says, unless you're injecting crack in the corner alley somewhere, your blood is going to be dirty by the digestive system. And, this is why he kind of advocates that you don't necessarily want to be injecting things into our bodies. And if we keep scrolling down, we got some strategies for digestive health, food choices, digestive support, some of the things we talked about, the healing protocol, keeping a food diary, some supportive nutrients, etc. Stop the bleeding, etc. And if we keep scrolling down, we can view the next system, which would be the blood sugar system. So now at the blood sugar system, this is point 2 of the triangle. And now we're talking about the body's fuel system, the second point of the triangle. Again, pardon my images. We're just trying to get something here that will attract people's eyes. But the blood sugar system is the second point. Disturbances in blood sugar or dysglycemia are consistently involved in chronic disease. When this system breaks down, every aspect of health, from energy to cognitive function, will break down. So, in Pharmacist Ben famously will say, treat yourself like a diabetic. If you've got, certain issues, you want to treat yourself like a diabetic. One key insight: the 2 base points, digestive and blood sugar, represents breakdowns in how the body turns food into energy, which is called metabolism. And one of our shows, we were discussing that these 2 points of the triangle are very important. So you have the digestive system and the blood sugar system, and kind of what Albert called the plane of disease. So you got these 2 points. So instead of making a triangle, you got a line, which is a plane. So the plane of disease, if you dealt with these 2, you deal with a lot of bodily problems. If we keep scrolling down, and then dysglycemia, metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance. I think we're all familiar with these terms. You can just keep scrolling down. Blood sugar inflammation, connection, glycation, all these terms, everything on this site are things that you've seen Pharmacist Ben discuss in the past, but this is so that you can absorb this at your own pace and hopefully put the dots together for yourselves and your clients. I certainly learned a lot working with Ruth Ellen and Becca to put this together. So if we scroll down a bit, wait, not that far. Yeah, right around there. I'm sorry. So, and if we scroll up just a tiny bit, we can see. Scroll back up a tiny bit more right there. So we can see connective health challenges from when the blood is dirty, right? We have cardiovascular issues, cognitive problems, hormone problems, energy production issues. So all of these things are related. One will precede the other, but one point may precipitate a problem in the other. So they're all interconnected. It's a cycle, the cycle of dysfunction. Blood sugar issues can both cause and result from problems at the other triangle points, creating a complex feedback loop that perpetuates chronic health challenges. Breaking the cycle requires addressing all points systematically. And that is one of the other keys that we want to focus on. Let's keep scrolling down. Strategies for blood sugar health. Again, dietary modifications, supplement support, lifestyle. All of these things will be available at some point soon. If we keep scrolling down, we can go to the third point on the triangle, which is the adrenal thyroid complex. And we look at the body's regulatory hub. The third point of the triangle represents a system that governs metabolism, energy production, stress response, and hormonal balance. So we have our thyroid glands in the image. We got our adrenal glands right above the kidneys in the image. To work on a thyroid, key insight, to work on a thyroid and adrenal health, you must first address the 2 points of the triangle: digestive system and blood sugar system. Thyroid gland is often described as the master regulator, as it regulates everything in the body. Meanwhile, the adrenal glands produce cortisol for emergency energy and reproductive hormones for growth. So this stuff is important. Let's keep scrolling down a bit. Phyllis, you got a question?
Oh, no, she has a testimonial that we will be getting to when you are finished showing this amazing thing.
Okay, fantabulous. We have the symptoms of adrenal thyroid dysfunction, hypothyroidism, underactive thyroid gland doesn't produce enough thyroid hormones. A lot of times, the medical system will give us hormones to deal with the hypothyroidism issue. But again, our glands, the thyroid gland in particular, is going to regulate at its own pace based on the conditions we're in. If we're just giving ourselves a steady dose, it may give us some temporary relief, but eventually we'll continue to need more. But that doesn't solve the problem. The problem is we want our bodies functioning in a way that we're producing our own hormone, adrenal dysfunction, etc., hormonal cascade. We want our bodies working well, ultimately. And that's why we address the first 2 points. We continue to scroll down. okay, we skipped a little bit, but it's fine. The triangle connection again. This relates back to the triangle. We can scroll down how adrenal thyroid health affects the entire body, energy production, cognitive function, reproductive health, immune function, stress response, connection, thyroid suppression. You know, again, a lot of times people are talking about, you know, I'm taking T3, T4, synthetic hormones, etc. You know, we want to reduce our stress, etc., and nutritionally support our bodies, make sure our bodies are clean from the foods that we eat. Everything is related to what we eat. And if we keep scrolling down, strategies, you know, let's heal the digestive system, reduce toxin load. If you didn't hear anything else, that's the number one thing that we need to do. Stress management, nutritional support. And if you keep scrolling down, let's see now. There's a couple of things that I'm not sure that I've addressed yet, but if you scroll up a little bit and you can hit the health, yeah, hit that. So taking action, health strategies. Again, this is a guide. Scroll down a bit. A holistic, you know, address the root causes. Keep scrolling down. Again, at a glance, we want looking at that. Keep scrolling down. Strategies here. You know, the strategy page. It talks about some of the products. If you are cat out the bag, Becca, or no?
Not yet. Not yet.
So comprehensive health strategies, prioritize digestive health, scroll down, managing digest, and then you see it next to the first two. We have some particular YGY products that are listed there that you can think about possibly using to help your clients. If you have the Health Hub as a coach, you may know also how to help your clients, but we want to as many tools as possible to help folks. And then if we keep scrolling down, reduce inflammation, support detoxification, address nutritional deficiencies. Again, scrolling down, implementation guide, assessment, digestive strategies. Now, if you right-click, try our assessment tools. Let's see if we can open that in a new window. We tab. Let's see what we got there. Okay, so we got some assessment tools here. Scroll down. We have a symptom checker. Not as thorough as our health evaluation, but it's something that's there. May or may not keep it. Food diary tools. Scroll down. We can keep what we have here. It doesn't save after you leave the site, so I have to work on that. A BMI calculator. Additional assessment resources. We keep scrolling down. Some questionnaires, etc. And working with health professionals. If you're a coach, you might be a health professional. So, and then under the resources tab, in the header, you look under the resources tab. So, we scroll down. There might be some resources here. Books, obviously, we're gonna fill in with some of Dr. Wallach's books. Scroll down. The YouTube, you can listen to the podcast, etc. And that is pretty much the totality of the site. And we will finish building this out, working with, you know, of course, we all know holistic is spelled with a W. We scroll down some more. You can join our Facebook groups, webinars. All these things will be built out. It's not ready yet, but it is the start. Hopefully, this will be a tool that you can refer to. And again, as you see in the top left corner, says The Triangle of Disease by Daily with Doc and Becca, a concept by Pharmacist Ben Fuchs, registered pharmacist. And that is the guy we're going to give credit to for this. And I hope that this can be of benefit to you at some point in the near future.
AJ, we're getting lots of great comments. We've got Bruce that says, when AJ talks, people listen. Good one, Bruce.
E.F. Hutton.
Patty,
Man, Bruce
Patty
in Florida.
Yep, Bruce in Florida. We got Rod saying this is great. Yes, it is not finished. There are a couple words that we are going to be going through and making it into the English form or spelling. Albert says this is magnificent. So, AJ, you've done a lot of work. You put a lot of work into it. I'm super excited to see the final product, as it is going to be fantastic and available soon. So we'll keep you updated on that. And, I love the fact that we can take the information that Dr. Wallach has given through his books, through his lectures, and same with Pharmacist Ben, through his lectures, and be able to put it into a resource to help all of us. And AJ, you had the forethought to pull that all together and build this website for us to be able to utilize as a tool. So thank you so much, AJ.
Thanks for
all that you do.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, like I said earlier, if you've got a testimonial that you would like to share about benefits that you have received from following the advice of Dr. Wallach or Pharmacist Ben, we want to hear from you. We want to share it with the world, because we do know that this is a missing link in so many people's health, where they've tried everything, nothing seems to work. Tests don't show that there's anything wrong, but we're still not feeling fabulous. So the first person I want to go to is Florence. Florence, thank you so much. I know early in the show you put in the chat that you've had some great results. Would you please share with us? Florence, can you hear me?
I'm hearing you. I was trying to come off, take off the camera, but it's not coming off anyway. I don't have to.
Yeah, for everybody's protection, we have cameras turned off for the general public.
Good.
We can hear you great.
Right. But 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with and all I feel, there's two things my doctors were concerned about is the numbers. Like the numbers are supposed to be in the 30s, but and like that, but then they were in the thousands, like over 1,000, and so they were looking at liver failure, and all they were thinking about is getting the numbers down. That's one. Two, all they were thinking about also is maybe I'll have to have a liver transplant. They were putting that number out all the time. And I mean that word, transplant. And then the other thing they wanted to do was suppress my immune system. Well, none of those things. I didn't even want to hear about this autoimmune thing and all of this. But anyway, I got with Coach Patty, and what I'm going to say, I really started following the protocol from about March, like about the 3rd week of March, and started dealing with Doc Dennison. Listen, all I can say right now, I'm 68 years of age, and last night I ran a distance to catch a bus, And I didn't even feel tired or winded. This is something I have not done in probably 5 or 6, I don't know how many years now. I cannot even remember the last time I felt like that. Ran, and when I was finished running, I walked really, really fast. I got to the bus before the bus got there at the time and everything. Listen, I feel awesome. And I have been a nurse, and I really hated giving people those medicines, because I wouldn't take those medicines. So I hated having to give those people those medications. Listen, now I am excited, because I said the only way I would go back into anything to do with the medical field is if I can do it holistically. And now I've found what I was looking for since I was very, very young. I am an example, and I am happy to show people the example, because I'm 68, but I feel like if I'm getting younger. Yeah.
So, Florence, you're a nurse.
Yes.
You're 68 years old.
Yes.
You feel younger. So if
Yes.
you were to stick a number at 68 of how you feel now, what age would you choose?
I would begin to even go by my 30s, because it's in my 30s that I began to degenerate with stress in my marriage, and then I started really working, really seriously studying to become a nurse, and then working. I became a nurse after 50 anyway. So all those years, I feel I've been degenerating now, because I feel I had perimenopause, like in my early 40s, and I had no idea what's going on, and now I'm having a real understanding, and not only the understanding, but getting what my body needs, and I don't have to be crying over Medicare and all of this. I am really getting ready to get that stuff out of my life.
That is so beautiful, Florence, and cheers to Coach Hattie. We love you, Hattie. And I know that you're very thankful for her.
I am absolutely, oh boy. When you see Coach Hattie, she is an example too, because when you see her jumping on her trampoline, she looks like if she's 4 years old. And she has more years than me. And she looks like 4 years old. So I want to be like her.
I've been at live events with Coach Hattie, and she is she's beaming with young energy from the inside out. Absolutely love it.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Florence, for sharing with us.
Okay. That's Fuchsy. That's Fuchsy. Oh my God.
Good stuff.
Woo. Everybody has to get on it.
Oh, I agree. And Hattie is on with us. So thank you, Hattie, for sharing the message with others. Let's go over to Phyllis. Phyllis, what have you experienced by following Dr. Wallach's recommendations and Pharmacist Ben's?
Oh, too much to even mention, Becca, but I did specifically want to get into weight loss because it's so much in the news today with these GLP-1 drugs and Wegovy and Ozempic, and people may be thinking, oh, good, I can get my blood sugar down with this pharmaceutical and lose weight. But what they don't realize, they have to stay on the drug or they will regain the weight. And I also wanted to throw in a comment about surgery, bariatric surgery, which I'll just tell you a couple of quick things about it. We had a client whose wife had had bariatric surgery, and this is the stomach stapling to reduce your stomach size. It literally killed her a week later. No, but a year later, she was gone. Our niece had this surgery not too long ago. It literally almost killed her. And thank God she is still with us, but she is starting to regain the weight. It's another thing people don't know. Even if you've had the surgery, you'll regain it, possibly. Not to mention, you've gotten rid of all this absorptive surface in your stomach. It can't absorb nutrients like it did before. So it's so important people do these things in the healthy way. Now, what I did is with Longevity Products, a little over 10 years ago, I lost 50 pounds. And I'm not going to lie, I have gone up and down since then, but I've discovered something very, very interesting. And first of all, I want you to know when I lost that weight, there was no loose skin. No loose skin, and that's a big problem for people who lose a lot of weight. The surgery afterwards to fix the problem of the loose skin. There was none of that, and I wasn't even taking glucogel until after going through this 6-week series, which taking this particular product involved, then taking a break. Then I went back to glucogel. And there was no collagen that we were taking back then either.
It's amazing when the cells of your body have what they need to be able to shrink as the body shrinks. And I think Phyllis froze. Or did I freeze?
Phyllis froze.
Phyllis froze. All right, I'm thinking, okay, Ruth Ellen's still moving, AJ's still moving it. But yeah, folks, there is so much that we as individuals can do to pull ourselves out of quote unquote nutritional deficiencies, because we're not calorie deficient. We're nutrient deficient. And when the body is given the nutrients, it's not craving all the calories of the foods that are causing us to gain weight or hold on to weight. So why not pull yourself out of a starvation mode through nutrition and not calorie-rich nutrition? We're talking nutrient-rich nutrition, and that is what Dr. Wallach's program has provided so many of us, including myself. My story is also in regards to weight loss. And I had degenerative bone and disc disease, where my migraines were so bad, I just wanted to get rid of my migraines. And the side effects of that, I lost 20 pounds in the first 3 months. I no longer had migraines. And 9 years now, I've had maybe 10 stress headaches. But because of de-stress, I've been able to overcome those and limit that as well, no matter what it is that we're going through, folks. When our body and our brain have the nutrition they need to function properly, we can go through life situations with ease or more ease. Now, AJ, would you like to share a testimonial as well?
I got some commentary while we wait for Phyllis to maybe come back. But yeah, my testimonial, I don't know, folks have heard the story a billion times, but there was a period of time where I could not walk I had 3 ace bandages, one that was tied around my back, one that was tied around my leg. I had 2 tied around my leg so tight that there was no circulation coming through. And at the time, I had to go visit clients for business. And I would take, let's say it was Monday, I would go visit clients. Tuesday, I'd have to lay down all day. Wednesday, I may felt good enough to go out again. And then Thursday, take off. Friday, I'd try and go out again. and make sales calls, etc. And good thing there was a computer so that I could work from the computer and do some outreach. But I was a mess. Like I couldn't sit down in most chairs because I had a cracked hip. I remember going to the doctor, saying I had a cracked hip. He said, if you had a cracked hip, you wouldn't have been, you'd been in so much pain that you wouldn't be here. I said, I am in a lot of pain. And he's like, you don't have a cracked hip. I'm like, I got a cracked hip. Take the x-ray. And after prodding him, they took the x-ray. And then he comes to me and says, you got a cracked hip. We got to do surgery. And I said, after treating me like that, there's no way I'm going to let you touch me. And then I left, dealt with it for another year or so. Had been listening to Coast, heard Dr. Wallach, called in because Doc mentioned that he could help with diabetes with one of his protocols. Spoke to Becca, spent like a whole paycheck, most of a paycheck to purchase products from my cousin. My cousin, I don't want to get beat up because my cousin's kind of tough. So I won't disparage him too badly, but he didn't like the taste of Tangy Tangerine and then proceeded to continue drinking his sweet tea and eating his McDonald's. And then and wonders why he's got to go to dialysis 3 times a week. But at any rate, I kept listening to Dr. Wallach, and he mentioned he had a product called Rebound. It could help young athletes. I said, this is fantastic. I can join as a distributor. I can sell this product called Rebound, and every sports program in America will want to buy this product because they're going to want to save their young athletes, just like that was my passion, to save young athletes, because I had kids that died in elementary school and in high school. One kid died in gym class from a cardiomyopathic heart attack. So that was something that I was like, I really got to promote this. And it came with like $500 worth of products, whatever that athletic pack was. I started taking the product because I couldn't really get out to give the product out or distribute it to other people. So I just started taking the product, and I was drinking the Rebound. I was like, oh, this tastes great. Everybody's going to love this. I was taking the root beer belly and the EFAs, pollen burst, Beyond Osteo, Tangy Tangerine. And within 10 days, I'm playing basketball on the basketball court, schooling the young kids. And they were like, who's this old fat guy thinking he's Michael Jordan? And this was my, my entree into the world of longevity, where I saw firsthand how the products helped me. So there's just really no turning back. It's just one of those things.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, AJ. And whenever you feel the difference, it really does spark a passion within you to be able to share it with others. And having a purpose in life really does make it easier to help others around us. So thank you so much, AJ, for sharing your story with us. And I see Phyllis is back. Phyllis, go ahead. You can turn your camera on or just unmute yourself. Maybe?
Yes, I don't think I'm a co-host, or I could put my camera on.
Now you are.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, I lost my internet briefly, but I just wanted to mention 2 more things about the weight loss. What I'm impressed by is ever since then, even though I would sometimes regain some weight, I never went back close to where I was before. It's common when people go on diets, they regain more than they ever weighed before. It wasn't like that. And also, even when I was a little heavier, I still fit into some of my clothes that I fit into at a lower weight. So something to do with the fat cells. I don't know, but longevity, it's the way to go. Like Florence, I'm 68 and I just feel so youthful.
That's fantastic. So now if you were to pick a number of an age at 68 that you feel now, what number would you choose?
Probably low 30s, low to mid 30s. And I wasn't very healthy in my 30s, so it would be a healthy 30s.
That's fantastic. So I wasn't very healthy in my 30s either, or my 20s. I hurt. You have that inside pain that nobody can see.
Mm.
So as I am turning another year older, I feel younger and healthier now than I did in my early 20s. Maybe even because I started having joint issues when I was 8, but 16 diagnosed. So folks, it really does make a difference. You deserve to feel fabulous. And if you're not feeling fabulous, get back with the person that shared this program with you and ask them what it is that can help you create a better health journey. So I see one more hand up. Marilyn?
Yeah,
What would you like to share before we close out today's show?
Okay, I don't think I ever mentioned I just have a simple testimonial, but I had lower back pain and hip pain. So bad that just on rare occasions, it would just act up and I could not even stand. I didn't know if I was going to just fall. I'd be at a job, a nerve was being pinched. I feel it was probably the vagus nerve. And so I've been taking longevity products. I started taking longevity products, and I don't know exactly if it took within a year after taking the glucogel on a regular basis and the MSM on top of the 90. And I could run a 100-yard dash today. It is that impressive. I don't have back, I don't have hip pain at all. So that's a testimony to those two products for sure, on top of the 90.
And that, as you heard, on top of the 90 essential nutrients. Folks, we got to have that foundation. That missing foundation is what caused the degeneration and the disease to occur. And if I could get our co-hosts up with us, that would be absolutely fantastic. Sorry about that. I get so choked up and excited to hear how what we do is helping others. It just makes my day. We get emails all day long. We get phone calls, many of them wanting help. And then we have those that call and say, this is what it's done for me. And it's not the products themselves, like I mentioned before. It's the synergistic blend of the nutrition, the herbs, and their components that work within the body because the cofactors are there and the nutrients are in a form that our body can readily absorb. Folks, get back with the person that shared this program with you. If there is no one to thank, you've never worked with anybody before, you've never tried the products before, we do have a team standing by at 855-949-3377. But again, it's very important. If somebody shared this program with you, get back with them, tell them thank you, and ask them how you can get more information. If they're just, sharing with you because they heard one of our programs or heard Dr. Wallach or Pharmacist Ben on Coast to Coast, and they don't have anybody that they're working with, then 855-949-3377. Folks, you have been watching Daily with Doc and Becca. My name is Becca Dukes. Not only am I the executive producer, am an owner of this program, Daily with Doc. I am also a certified naturopathic practitioner, certified holistic health coach, a community herbalist, and the Director of Student Services for the Institute of Holistic Health. If you'd like more information about becoming a certified holistic health coach, as the individuals on this screen are, you can go to coach.dailywithdoc.com. Seasoned mama, don't make me laugh again. So, AJ. All right. So today we have with us Marilyn. Marilyn is doing a fantastic job putting notes into the chat. Thank you so much, Marilyn. Thank you for sharing what the nutrition has done for you as well. And as much as you use your fingers, that glucogel is helping keep them working as well. Thank you. Thank you. And it's the nutrition in it, folks. The Dr. Wallach himself was responsible for formulating. So we want to do a big shout out for Dr. Wallach, as he is our hero. He is the one that's leading this crusade to save humanity and the world. Thanks, Doc, which is a book, a flip chart actually, that you can find by going to his website, drjwallach.com, or you'll find 24 other books that Dr. Wallach has authored, and about 100 different CDs and recordings that have been put together for you to be able to listen and share. Again, that's drjwallach.com. We have joining us from South Africa, which Dr. Wallach got started in this whole nutrition thing and you know, really making an impact on the world down in Africa, as he was doing that white rhino expedition. But we have Albert joining us from South Africa as part of our team, allowing us to have 24/7 phone coverage. So thank you, Albert, as you're letting people into the room as well. And we have Phyllis. Phyllis and her husband, Andy, were part of the team that got Dr. Wallach on the radio in the first place. So, and having his program, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, syndicated throughout the United States and beyond. So thank you so much, Phyllis, as I know you're bringing in questions from different platforms, keeping an eye on them, and also putting information into the chat as well. Thank you, Phyllis. And we have Ruth Ellen Sanchez, my executive production manager. Got to keep these titles right. As she's helping to get the stream together, put it with the graphics, push it out to the different platforms, and keep us on task in the morning or before the show, no longer in the morning now, so that we can have a productive show for you. Thank you so much, Ruth Ellen, for all you do. And AJ, who is our digital marketing manager. Is that what we've decided? He does so much more than that. He helps everything run smoothly. And if there's technical difficulties, in most cases, he's the man and gets it fixed. So thank you so much, AJ. And I know we've got Rod on, who's not on camera, who is part of the team as well, keeping an eye on things, bringing in questions. Thank you so much. And folks, there are so many amazing coaches on this call. We love and appreciate each and every one of you. We do hope that you are learning from each and every episode. If there's a topic that you would like to hear about, please email us at info@dailywithdoc.com. Let us know the topics that you are most interested in. As coaches, we come across a lot of different individuals, and the things that they're experiencing, we want to know more about so we can better help them. So again, info@dailywithdoc.com. Folks, you've been watching Daily with Doc and Becca. Join us next time, where we're available Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday live in most days at zoom.dailywithdoc.com. 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific, 1 to 2 Mountain, 2 to 3 Central, 3 to 4 Eastern. Albert, what time is it in Africa now? Is it 9 to 10? Is it 10? Oh, 10 to 11. Or no, it's 10 now. Okay. All right, folks, join us. And don't forget to share. As you're listening, make sure that you do subscribe to the channels and share with those that you know and love. And if you would like to be part of the community, there is room at the table for all of you. Join us at our table as we are helping really make an impact with solutions that work. Get back with the person that shared this program with you. And if there's no one to thank, you can give us a call or email. You can do info@dailywithdoc.com for more information about the business opportunity, or 855-949-3377. Bye for now.
Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have a founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach.